What's going on YouTube? 65 Rider here, coming back to you with another moto vlog on the FTR. Man, I've missed this bike. I feel like most of my latest videos have been on the Road Glide. I mean, if you guys have watched the Sturgis series, you would have known that. If you have not watched it, please go check it out. It's pretty cool. Put a lot of hard work into it and had a really great time. In today's video, I actually want to talk about the top 5 things that I love about the 2022 FTR 1200 Rally. Number 1 is a very subjective thing, but I'm gonna say the styling and the looks of the FTR 1200. One of the most things that attracted me to the FTR before I even thought about buying it, I remember when it first came out, and it was just like it made a lot of noise in the motorcycle world, because you have India Motorcycles, a company that's dedicated the past however long they've been in business, since 1901, to building cruisers and, you know, having that touring kind of platform. But then this thing came out. It was an ode to their flat tracker racing, and they brought it to life. And at the time, there wasn't another American motorcycle manufacturer that was making anything similar to this. Now we know that Harley has the Sportster S, which is kind of a direct competitor to this. But anyway, the first thing that attracted me when it came out, before I even thought about buying it, was the way the bike looks. To me, this is honestly one of the best looking motorcycles on the market. It's just so sexy with its sleek lines. It's a naked, upright type of riding style. And it's just a beautiful looking bike. I mean, there aren't many bikes out there that kind of have this aggressive hooligan type of styling going on. I mean, a lot of people would, try to compare it with Yamaha MTs or something like that, but I don't know. With the way the headlights look on this one compared to the MTs, the transformer look, I don't know. To me, again, like I said, this is subjective and this is a personal opinion. I think the FTR is one of the sexiest looking bikes on the market. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below if, what's a bike that looks way better than the FTR? Looks wise, not talking specs, not talking anything, just talking looks. Number 2, the second thing that I love about this bike, and I just, it's character, man. It's character. This bike, anytime you search the term FTR 1200, somewhere on that page you'll find the word hooligan. The reason for that is the big V-twin that's standard on this bike. Big 1203cc bike. I believe it does anywhere in the range of 120 horsepower, 89 foot-pound of torque. And this thing is a monster in the body of a small motorcycle. Now, let me rephrase. This is not a sport bike, okay? This is a hooligan machine. This is a V-twin, and you can certainly hear the rumble of the V-twin, right? Especially with this aftermarket exhaust that I have on it. Fucking shit. I mean, you saw that, right? Like, just how quickly I was able to pass that Tesla without even having to shift down or anything like that. This is an aggressive motorcycle. It's a hooligan machine. It's got an unbelievable amount of torque for its size. Now, this is, again, it's not a sport bike. It is not a light motorcycle, okay? It's doing something around 540 pounds, I believe. Maybe less, maybe 520. I mean, if you compare that to like a sport bike, a real sport bike like a BMW S1000 or a Yamaha MT or something like that, those are usually in the upper ranges of 300 pounds compared to this little monster over here. But the ride, the torque is just amazing. All you need to do, spin that throttle, and this thing takes off, man. Takes off. The third thing that I really love about this bike is the riding position. As you guys might be aware, I am 6'5". I am 270 pounds. I'm a big guy. And a person like me would make any sport bike look small. The one cool thing about the FTR 1200 Rally is I don't feel that way when I'm riding it. When I ride in, I pass by a little store and see a reflection in the window of myself. I don't feel like I look like a freak on a little kid's toy, you know what I mean? No, I feel like I'm riding a pretty badass bike and I look good doing it. And the reason for that, specifically with the 1200 Rally, is the bigger tires. Now the standard edition, or the FTRS, or the Carbon, they come with 17-inch wheels for the year, 22 and above. The newer models, I'm not talking about older models. Mine is a 22. So they come with these standard 17-inch wheels. However, the FTR Rally, because of its intended purpose. What the hell is happening here? Anyway, because of its intended purpose, of being a scrambler type of motorcycle, it actually has 19-inch wheels up front and 18s in the back. That is not a traditional setup for a sport bike. But again, this is not a sport bike. So that actually makes the bike sit a little bit taller at, I believe, 34 inches. And if not, I'll correct myself right here, but I believe it is 34 inches, or maybe 33. I know the FTRS is around 31 inches, and so you do get a little bit of height on the FTR Rally. So for a taller person, bigger person like myself, I think that's perfect. So if you're a bigger guy, you're looking for a motorcycle that's fun, that's reliable, that just wants to do everything you throw at it, FTR 1200 Rally is a great choice. Alright, I'm gonna park over here, get some lunch, and then we'll pick it up. What was that? 1, 2, 3. We got 2 more things to go. 2 more things that I love about this bike. So, alright, let's eat, and then I will get back to you guys in a second here.
Few inches later.
Man, that was a good ass meal. Whew, I am stuffed. I ate a little too fast just because I gotta get back to work. But that was pretty good. I'm glad I went out. I never, ever go out for lunch. I usually just eat at home. But today I thought I should change it up for a bit and go out because I felt like riding. It's been raining for a couple of days and really wanted to ride. Thank you, lady. I think I should probably do this a little more often. Basically go out and ride. Alright, where did I get to? I got to finish number 3. Alright, we're at number 4. The 4th thing that I like the most about this bike is that it is super unique. You go to a bike night, you see a bunch of Harleys, you see Yamahas, you see Kawasaki's, you see Suzuki's, you see all of them. You don't really see FTRs wherever you're going. Not really a bike that you'd see often at bike nights or bike meets or bikes and coffees or whatever it might be. It's just not a lot of people have them, and I don't know that it's particularly because of the price. I think it's just because people don't know what to make of them, the FTRs. because in a sense the bike is a little bit confused. Is it a naked sport bike or is it a V-twin touring bike? It's neither. It's a hooligan bike. I go back and say that. And so one cool thing about it is, you know, if you're familiar with my channel, you'll know this, but if you're not, and if it's your first time here, I have a 2020 Harley Davidson Road Glide performance bagger. It's got a lot, you know, it's got a lot of things done to it, a little over $10,000 in upgrades. But if I take it to a bike night, if I, you know, just stopping at the gas station, nobody really approaches me and talks about the bike. Like, barely, you know. Every now and then I'll get, yeah, nice bike, bro, or something like that. But it's never like, oh, wow, nice bike, and like it's consistent. However, with this bike, whenever I take this bike out and I go out, whether it's stopping at a gas station, whether it's at a bike night, whatever it is, people always stop me and want to talk about it. Oh, what is that, bro? Oh, is that really an Indian? Like, these bikes have been out for 4 years, and you know, yeah, 19 came out in 2019, now it's 2024, 25, almost 5 years, and not a lot of people know about them. Just overall fun bikes to ride, man. The low end torque combined with the higher, you know, with the high number of horsepower, it makes it such a fun bike to ride. So yeah, number 4 is the uniqueness of the bike itself. Finally, at number 5, the bike is fun to ride. Like, I truly enjoy myself when I'm on this bike. Well, I mean, let me retrack a little bit. I enjoy myself riding any bike, except for a Honda Africa Twin. I hate that bike. I'll tell you guys in another vlog. But anyway, this is one fun bike to ride, man. It's just like, you jump on the bike, you start it, you get these little growls. I don't know if you can hear it. You know, little growls coming out of the exhaust. It's got that V-twin rumble. It's kind of like a Harley, but a sport Harley that's really fast. So that's one thing I really love about the bike. And it's easy to ride. I'm not saying this is a beginner bike. It's a 1200cc. But it's a fun bike to ride in 2 different scenarios that I would say. It's really fun to ride in the city because of its size and how nimble it is, and you can just like boop, boop, get in between cars and whatnot. But the other purpose of it is that it's super fun to ride in the twisties. Now, unfortunately, I live in Florida. There are no twisties here, but I did have the opportunity to rent an FTR before I bought this one back up in Virginia. When I went up there to visit family, and I took it to the twisties, man, and I had the time of my life. It was a 2019, so it had the same wheel setup as the Rally, and the seating position isn't half bad. So you're like, you know, by the end of the riding day, you don't feel like totally broken. You know what I mean? It's like, you're okay. I just did a couple 100-mile ride, whatever, through the twisties, had a good time. And you're okay, you know. It's just because, I don't know if you can see here, but my feet are positioned right under me, so, you know, like upright seating position compared to a sport bike. But then you get all the fun of a sport bike. I'll do a bonus of one more thing I really like about this bike, specifically the FTR Rally, is its simplicity. As you can tell, this is not a digital gauge. This is a regular analog gauge. There's nothing really going on with the bike. You got your cruise control here, which is really awesome to have, especially if you're going on the highway. You got your turn signals, your horn, your light switches, and your start and stop buttons, and that's it. You don't have anything else going on. It's like, it's a raw bike, you know what I mean? Now, would it have been cool to have modes and being able to turn on and off the ABS and traction? Yeah, that would have been cool, but that's what you pay more for the you know, FTRS or FTR Carbon. But it's fast, man. Once you get on this bike, it's really fast. And with the rally, its multi-use functionality is pretty cool. Like, you can see a dirt road and you're like, okay, I'll jump on it, because you got the knobby tires, taller suspension, all that. So it's capable of doing that stuff, which is pretty cool. Anyway, if you've stuck around to the end of the video, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something new about this bike that you didn't know before. And if you're trying to make a choice or a decision on whether or not you should buy this bike, I will tell you to go for it. Because I actually traded a Harley Davidson Street Bop for this, and I have no regrets whatsoever. This is probably the most fun bike that I've ever owned, and I've owned 4 bikes prior to this, or 5 bikes prior to this one. If you've enjoyed this content, don't forget to go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. We've hit our goal for the year. We've hit 1,000 subscribers. Thank you guys so much. That was a goal of mine before the end of 2024, was to reach 1,000, and we did. Thank you all for helping me achieve my goal, and my promise to you is that I will continue to put out good content and hopefully improve as far as editing goes. Y'all stay safe, and I will see you on the next one. The next one will likely be the top 5 things I don't like about this bike. So stay tuned for that one.